Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. We're back with my friend Alex. We've shot 2 cars with Alex before, the Charger and the Camaro. Yeah. You guys are really gonna trip out on this car. Obviously, what we're looking at is a 70 Chevelle. Just looks like a big block 70 Chevelle. Yeah. But it's definitely not. This is a rare one where, like, I know both the cars we shot before with you, like one of your things is, I know you got your own shop, but you'll buy cars like partially done, you'll do a bunch of work and then you flip the car. Yeah. But this one, other than a couple things, you bought it as what we see, right?
I bought it as is. All I basically did was put coilovers on it, make the height where I wanted it, and that's about it.
And that was it?
Yeah. The original owner is the owner from Muscle Factory. They have a shop in Orange County that sells Chevelle parts. And I don't remember the guy's last name, but his name was Mike. He had built another Chevelle like this, which was like a teal color that was all over magazines like 10 years ago. Yeah. And I believe he built that one and this one. As far as like the engine and all that, PPE did most of the plumbing and turbo setup for this and tuning on it. Yeah. I know the basics of the build, but I don't know every aspect.
You don't know in and out because you didn't build the car, which is a rare one for you. Yeah. Let's pull the pins and I want you guys to see this. This is, I knew what we were getting into, but when you pull in, you're like,
yeah, people
that doesn't sound like a Chevelle and it doesn't smell like a Chevelle, you know? No, it's not an LS, you guys. You should, all you LS haters should be excited right now. But this is so radically different. So what's the engine on this?
It's an LBZ Duramax. So it comes out of like 06 Silverado, the HDs.
Diesel, you guys, turbo diesel.
It's diesel. It has a G-Force 5R manual transmission, which is built to handle the power that it has. It makes 650 horsepower and 1,100 pounds of torque. And it gets like 32, 33 miles a gallon.
That's what you were saying, driving over here, you said 5th gear, you're sitting at about 1,200 RPMs at like 90 miles an hour?
Yeah, I'm at 1,200, 1,300 at 90 miles an hour. Zero boost, just cruising.
That is just nuts. You also said the driving of it, until you get used to the...
You have to get used kind of to the torque. But the way it delivers the power is not like a gas car. It's as soon as you release the clutch, it grabs. So if you aren't feathering it, you're gonna like just be jerking around. But once you get used to it, it's an easy car.
Then you get used to it. And this one you said you bought with the intent of, you might flip it, but you kind of like it as well.
Yeah, I like it. I was thinking about putting it on Bring a Trailer because it's such a unique car. But I honestly like it because it is an older build. The car was built in 2013. It was a frame off. Everything is basically new. Has 500 miles on it, but
that's all.
Yeah.
In 10 years?
That's what it says on the gauges. You know, so they could have put a new set of gauges, but that's what it says. I've put on probably 150, 200 miles on it, and have not had one issue.
Is it still the stock Chevelle chassis under it?
Yes, but it has some modification to it, some bracing and stuff. But it's.
I mean, it's got it with that much torque. You bend this car.
Yeah, and then the pan from the diesel. Obviously, the trucks have huge pan, so they cut off I think 2.5 inches from the pan and shortened it, and then they put a skid plate on the bottom because it still kind of hangs a little bit low.
Just as a safety precaution.
Yeah.
What suspension did you do?
It has Alden American on there.
Oh, that's right. That's
Alden American, and it has the ABS electronic brakes on there, and it has Willwoods, and it has a Chris Austin Fab 9 rear end that was built to handle the torque.
I mean, it's such a massive amount of torque.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like half throttle's kind of pointless on it.
It just spins them, huh?
Yeah, it just spins them. Like I could be in 4th and just give it gas and it'll spin them.
What a crazy setup. And you said the electronic braking it feels very similar to manual almost.
Kind of, because I'm used to hydro boost brakes.
You're not used to having to dig in that much.
And also I think the weight of the car, since it's heavier than an average Chevelle, it kind of affects it too.
And would you say the number was a couple hundred?
I think it's like 200 pounds, 300 pounds heavier than a big block
But
setup.
more all up front over the front axle.
Yeah. So the springs that I put on the coilovers were big block springs on the front and rear. Because I almost put the regular ones, it would just sag. But everything on this is all one-off. So the intake's custom, the valve covers are custom, everything's polished. Like these are 60 millimeter turbos.
I mean, it is beautiful. All the plumbing work is gorgeous. Yeah. This intake is really a beautiful, beautiful engine bay, man. I mean, is there an intercooler or no?
Yeah,
that is the intercooler.
Yeah.
Oh, I see in front of the radio. Yeah, I got it. What's it running on wheels, like sizes and stuff? Do you
1810, 1811 and a half forge lines.
What are your tire sizes?
So I think 315 in the back and 275 up front.
315, pretty decent sized tire. You probably couldn't put enough tire on this car.
Nah, even like I think 335, 345s, they wouldn't hook.
Yeah, it's good. You're gonna spin at some point.
I like the car because it looks like just a SS Chevelle with rims. All the chromes on it, like everything is as it should be.
Yeah.
And it just, to me, it's just black on a Chevelle. You can't go wrong with it. With the white stripes.
I totally agree, dude. It's so good looking. I mean, it looks like it's a Chevelle with wheels and a nice stance to it.
That's what I like about it. Like it's until you hear it, that's a nice Chevelle, and then you hear it pass by, and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah. I knew it was a turbo diesel car, but as you roll in, I mean, the sound of it, and then as you rolled past me, the smell of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the smell's a little. You get used to it. Like when you roll the windows down and then the fumes go inside the car.
You'll smell it coming in.
Yeah,
right?
It's different than gas. It kind of sticks in your your tongue. It's kind of
weird. Now you said because it takes up so much friggin' space in there. There is no AC on it.
There's no AC on it. No. I want to do AC. I heard they make electric kits, but I haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah, and considering that this was painted as long ago as it was, I mean.
No, the paint's really nice.
It looks really good.
But like I said, it's just some paint shrinkage from age, but.
So you're getting little cracks here and there.
Yeah, I feel like if I was to keep it, I'd repaint the car, but honestly, most people are like, why would you repaint it?
Oh, okay.
3-inch Flowmasters. For what it is, it's a quiet car.
It's really quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I haven't heard it when you're on it.
Oh, when you're on it, it's not quiet.
No.
It's not quiet at all.
Let's check out your interior, because I was starting to look a little bit at the interior.
It's all SS.
It's all really stock SS interior, isn't it?
Yeah, it has Dakota Digitals and little diesel monitor right there. But other than that, it's bone stock.
And this is for the diesel?
Yeah, does your boost, all your temperatures.
Otherwise, it really is stock, and then the shifter, right?
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Like, it feels and looks like a Chevelle.
Yeah, I think it's cool personally that they went as radical as they did on the car mechanically and left it.
Yeah, I think that's what the original builder wanted to do, since he owns that muscle factory, which is all Chevelle parts and no Caminos. He just wanted to make it look just like a Chevelle, like as it should, and then crazy motor.
But we've gotten to the point, you know, where like anything you can imagine, you can do now to a car. I mean, wide body it, cut it up, do whatever you want, metal work. I mean, really. So I'm finding myself more and more lately enjoying these cars where you haven't lost the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like and it's just 70 Chevelles, one of the most iconic muscle cars on the friggin' planet.
Yeah, like usually the cars that I do, like the interior, I make them look as modern as possible.
Totally.
And now, like when I drive this, like I kind of like the fact that it feels old. Yeah.
Since the accident, I've been in plenty of cars that have lap belt only. We just shot a truck yesterday that had no belts on it at all. He's gonna add them, he just hasn't done it yet. It's still a fairly fresh
my other cars
build
didn't have belts.
Yeah, but it's like since then, it's one of the things, at least a shoulder pull for me. And so if you modernize it a little bit, you can obviously add that stuff in easily. And I think, I don't know, I mean, friggin' cars making 1,100 foot-pounds of torque might want more than a friggin' lap belt.
Yeah.
I do like that it's got a padded dash though. Well, shit, dude, we'll throw some cameras in and go for a drive, don't you think? So wild, dude.
It's crazy, huh?
It is just a trip, bro.
And you can just feel the powers there.
Oh my God, is it there?
It's a trip, huh?
Dude, it's just so different, you know? It's just such a different experience. I mean, it's funny, lately, you know, like I'm daily driving a Tesla for the last couple months. And it's so one-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
There's no sounds, there's no smells, there's no vibrations, there's nothing. It's just, I mean, it's a one-dimensional vehicle. This is such a trippy experience, the sound, the smell. And as you can tell, I'm definitely afraid to even come close to putting my foot in this thing.
Oh, like the power's there, like barely touching it.
It's just such a trip, dude. You're like outside, you're looking at a really nice looking Chevelle. Inside, you're looking at a clean. You know, yeah, you got gauges, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
bro? It's like we're sitting in a Chevelle,
It's
but
confusing.
no, not so much. You're sitting in a friggin' a turbo diesel truck. So do people must trip out on this when you pull in anywhere, huh?
Yeah, when I went to quarantine cruise last time, like I pulled in, people were like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "It sounds like a jet."
Maybe somebody that's a hardcore expert would go, "Oh fuck, that's a turbo diesel."
Yeah.
Some
people are like, "Oh, is it Pro Charged?" I'm like, "No."
It's just so, like, it's disorienting, I gotta say, because you know the sound is very unique. It really
Yeah,
is.
like the smell, like I was telling you earlier, like you kind of taste it too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It hasn't hit me taste-wise yet. That's good, but I definitely smell it. Gosh, dude, that's funny. You know, like I get how you're talking about maybe keep it, maybe sell it.
Because it's like I won't be able to get another one, you know, and it's not a swap
And
that
you
I
wouldn't be able to build this for. I mean,
I'm assuming.
you knowing what you know about builds, dude. How much do you think was into this build originally?
I have no idea. I know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be surprised if the swap alone would be over 60 grand. I don't see why it wouldn't. Like all the fabrication and all that, you know, like I don't know.
I mean, all that plumbing
Yeah.
that's going on, that crazy intake.
The labor alone.
Yeah, I gotta tell you though, other than the little bit of learning curve, it drives really nice.
No, on the freeway you cruise
It's like slightly bouncy.
yeah,
you
because the
know?
coilovers, because they're heavy springs because of the motor. But that's most cars on coilovers.
Is it stock power steering or?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and it feels nice.
It does. Like, look, if you were going to make it a pro touring car, which you wouldn't with this engine
Yeah.
setup, with all that, why would you put all that weight
Yeah.
in there? But it's like a, you know, like as a straight liner. It just
Yeah.
feels like you said, you get on the freeway and you just roll it.
Yeah, it's cruising.
It is interesting my brain's having a hard time adjusting to, you got to give it a little more throttle at takeoff. So we've shot a Charger, we've shot this now, we've shot the Camaro. Do you have like a favorite car or a favorite couple, or do you just have a massive love for it all?
I just like all of them. Like honestly, I like all of them. I've had Mustangs, I've had Cudas, Chargers,
Yeah.
Trans Ams. I've had everything. I like them all. I've had exotics, like I've had McLarens, Lambos. Like I like everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's
What's your shop called again?
Uribe Performance, my last name. So Uribe Performance.
How long you had your shop now?
Going on like 2014, like 9 years.
Badass car, man.
Thank you.
Guaranteed he doesn't know it's diesel.
Nobody does. That's what happened. Like when I took it to quarantine cruise, I popped the hood. People were like, "What the hell?"
What's kind of wild, I gotta say, is the idea that he did it over 10 years ago. Because I remember within the last couple of SEMAs I've been to, there was that guy, I think it's called Weaver Customs, that did that crazy turbo diesel Cuda.
I don't think people give diesel enough credit. Like the diesel's pretty badass. It makes crazy power and it's efficient, at least from what I've seen.
Well, I mean, the reality is if you want torque, which any of us that are doing muscle cars, come on, what are we there for? We're there for the torque, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to make better torque.
And what's crazy, like it boosts like 40 pounds or 38 pounds when you're at
really?
full boost. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't understand diesel like I do LS or LT motors. It's just all I know is they handle crazy boosts. And this motor specifically, the LBZ, from what I've looked up, it's the motor from Duramax that people like.
And then it's probably not a stock LBZ.
No, it's some work's done to it, but stock ones from what I've read up on, like they handle crazy power.
Tell you what though, dude, this car does really drive nice.
When you're on the freeway, it drives even better.
I'll bet. I can
cruise.
imagine up at speed, it probably rolls nice. Did you drive it with the old suspension setup?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It didn't feel safe.
It's crazy that they did all this and that they didn't do a coilover setup.
Sometimes some people don't like coilovers because they're too aggressive for the street, I guess. They like the more stock feel of a car.
Yeah, but once you get it set up.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, you guys, just so you know, Alex came over, did a little wipe down to his car. His detailer pal came over, did a full cleanup on the car, and we're just hosing it right now. Water, dirt. Should we see if we can find some mud up the road here?
The sounds are crazy.
So bitchin'. That was 2,300 RPMs. Holy shit, the torque on this is absurd, man. I mean, dude, I know I'm barely in it. Do you even know where it went?
Like 4,500.
All right, so I'm just curious. Fourth gear, I'm at about 1,800. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
It just pulls. And that was probably not even half throttle.
Dude, not even half throttle. I just hit like from 1,800 to about 2,100. Which I'm gonna do the same. I'm not even gonna downshift your friggin' car. Okay, so now I'm at about 1,600 RPMs, fourth gear.
At 40 miles.
That was about a quarter throttle. What a friggin', dude, don't sell this car. What a blast, man.
It's crazy,
I mean, you got one of the most unique cars on the road right now, I'd have to say.
It's way different, huh? Like the power's different.
It's funny because the way it feels on the road feels like a Chevelle with coilovers, but the power delivery is so bizarre. It's so wild how you have all that torque with barely any input. I mean,
and that was barely 10 psi.
and you said you've seen it up at 38, 40? Crazy. Dude, so you just got the oh shit face out of me right away. The torque is stupid on this. I mean, it's stupid. It's really funny when you think about it, though. Muscle cars, we want torque. Why would you? I mean, it's almost like, why wouldn't you do a diesel?
Yeah.
Plus, then the mileage when you're rolling along on the highway and you're getting 30 plus miles to the gallon. Come on. Don't know what to say, dude. So you guys kind of get the point here, right? Like, words definitely fail me. That's an intense, dude, that's intense.
It got to like 100 and something.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's so wild, dude, that you have that much available, and when you just cruise it like this, it just feels like a nice driving Chevelle. Do me a favor, instead of second, I'm curious, slow down a little bit.
I'm in third right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Okay, do a pull in third. This thing is fucking ridiculous, dude.
I fucking misshifted. I missed going into fourth, but it's still.
It's okay. It was still, you got the oh shit, holy shit, oh fuck face. You got all of them out of me so far.
And it just pulls harder and harder, like depending on the gear.
You guys know me pretty well. You guys know I get in a lot of crazy cars, driving, passenger, all of it. I gotta say, no doubt about it, dude, one of the most intense accelerating cars I've ever felt in my life. Especially when I felt you go to fourth and it was still, and that's a 315 back there, dude. It's not like a small friggin' tire.
I keep missing it.
Wow.
It's still spun up.
Still learning the car, huh?
Yeah, it's the shifting.
The shifting's weird on it, isn't it? It's not weird, it's just very different.
Like you have to like put it in gear. Because since it's like a non-synchro tranny, like, remember I was telling you how you can shift it without like, I don't have to push the clutch in.
That was no clutch.
Yeah, it's that G-Force 5R, so you don't have to push the clutch in.
And anywhere you want. So that's right, and it's 5-speed. It's not 6.
Yeah, so I'm used to like 6 speed. So like, I'm still like, since I'm still learning the car, like the gears are kind of weird to me.
You know, dude, I've been in some really big power cars, big torque cars. It's just the diesel torque feels very. I've been in cars that make 1,100 foot-pounds, you know, but for some reason it feels like, I don't know if this word translates, but like a torqueier torque.
Yeah. It's more instant. Like right now, if I just go.
We're gonna take off. Here we go. Oh
there
shit.
My drive shaft.
Oh shit. Oh no, Alex.
It's all good.
Well, you guys, we just found the limits of the drive shaft. Oh, bro.
It is what it is.
If you guys hadn't figured it out by now, that's where we're gonna end this video. Jesus, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. All right, guys, we're done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging. I'm gonna get out of the car now. Holy hell. Holy shit. Holy shit. Later, you guys.
It's like, it wasn't even my drive shaft. It blew my rear end.